free your mind. Gon' free it up, gon' free it up. Gon' free it up, gon' free it up. Gon' free it up, gon' free it up. Free your mind.
I swear, I miss our old one. I still be trying to like do shit and hurry up and get shit ready and shit.
I be playing that one at the end.
Nah, for
you
real,
know how,
they can't.
yeah.
They can't
They be trying to fuck with us, man. They be trying to fuck with us.
Thanks. Let me get this thing popping real quick. I'm just trying to make sure that people got access to the panel. And everything is everything. Oh yeah, no, it's lit. All right, let's get this shit started. Welcome to another episode of the Free Your Mind podcast. We can come free your mind and help others free theirs. I am your co-host, and I go by the name of Woon, and I'm all about balance like the bride and the groom. What's poppin'?
Yes, sir. I am the other co-host. I go by the name of Selfmade. Man, you got to tap into self to know thyself always.
Facts.
And we got the brother Sheye T in the building. What's up
Shalom.
with the brother?
Shalom, man. Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all opening up this platform for me to spit my spiel.
Hell yeah, we appreciate you for pulling up. Period.
Yeah,
this was long due. What people don't know is that you was a major fixture and as a part of our journey. I'm gonna say it just like that, like you know what I mean, in terms of just going with niggas all day, every day, and clashing, and just doing all this shit, not knowing that we were helping build each other up, like you know what I mean,
right.
For real.
Right, we definitely had our back and forths. We definitely had our back and forths. But again, like you said, it was always a good build. You know what I mean? As long as we was building, and that's the important part that came out of all of it.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, so let me before we get into today's show.
Where's that?
Real quick. Is that too light? Y'all gonna see that shit?
Oh yeah.
Go out and play.
Oh yeah, I seen that, man. I seen that. Look at it. All praises, man. Congratulations on that. Congratulations, man. Peace and blood. I pray that thing do big numbers, man. And not only that, but get the message out that you trying to put out in that book. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I
Proud
appreciate
of you. Proud of you.
I've been getting a lot of love, man. Without me reaching out to people personally to get it. Because I still ain't. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got the hard copy, man. You know what I'm saying? The hardback.
Yes,
good
sir.
Read too. Good read as well. You know what I'm saying? My son, every night he be wanting me to read this thing for real.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's
what's up.
I've been getting so much pictures and videos and all type of shit, and so much different love. Just like I was saying, without me reaching out to individuals, like, hey, I got this book out, yada yada yada. But people just been tapping in just on the regular. And I appreciate the love, man. I'm trying to close this fucking deal on this billboard out there in Sac. So be looking for that. And I'm trying to go. I got access to read to 2 different schools. One Parkway Elementary, which I used to go to from from K through 3rd. So it's gonna be dope pulling up to them like, nigga, I came back full circle with a book on their ass, right? And
right.
then somewhere in Highlands and shit. So we're just like, it's lit. But the book signing shit is gonna be around at the end of this month. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to crunch time this month for real.
That's gonna be out here?
Hell yeah.
Most High willing, man. Most High willing. Look at you, man. Proud of you, Watt. Proud of you, man. On me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm proud of you, man. Big move.
Appreciate that, man. Salute to the people, man. Like, the people be rocking with me and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So we finna get this shit popping to the utmost. I got a photo shoot tomorrow that I'm finna use for the billboard and shit. So we finna do this photo shoot, and then it's finna be lit. But with that being stated,
all the
as we
promos.
always do about this time, finna pop this bottle and celebrate.
Facts. Look at, I ain't got no bottle.
Get some water. It's good.
I had something, man. I'm gonna have
You
something.
know, I got a personal bar in my studio, so I might as well take a shot through myself.
I'll roll up for you though. I'll roll up something.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Hey, no, but so where can we get the book? How do I get the book?
Oh, I'm glad that I didn't even plug my shit. So you can get it from me directly. Just contact me by any means, anywhere that you see me at. Just DM me. Hit my goddamn email. Hit the email for this podcast. Via social media. If you find me on there, but outside of that, you can catch it at Walmart. You can catch it at Barnes and Nobles. You can catch it at Amazon.
Hold on. You got your book in Walmart?
Yeah, online.
You got your book in Barnes and Nobles?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
I'm proud of you, Ock. Salute to you, Ock. Hold on, we gotta take one for that, Ock. I didn't know that. You know, I'm so busy doing my thing, man. You know what I mean? I get lost in the loop. I didn't know you was doing it like that, King. Shout out to my nigga Woon. Real shit.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. It's that shit.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. My nigga say he in Walmart, Barnes and Noble, all sites. I'm there, man. That's what's up.
eBay, like my shit is in hella places right now. I'm just waiting on Target. When Target come through, I'm gonna feel like I might have did something a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, man, you started the process. You finished the process. You there, Rock? Keep going.
I appreciate that. I think that's sometimes, you know, I think that should be the standard for success, right? Success don't even have to look like, you know, $1 trillion, $1 billion, $1 million. As long as you started to do something and you finished that
and
one
you
something,
finished it. That's success. For sure. For sure. I agree. Yeah. I agree. So with that being said, shot number 2.
Yes, sir.
God damn it.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's gonna be all night, so it's lit. Y'all know how we do.
Yeah, I gotta pace myself, man. I gotta pace myself. When I get too many drinks in my system, you know, me and my eyes get to doing some other stuff. They don't want to. They ain't in the same building sometimes.
This nigga's feel. Yeah, but no. Let me make sure. Let me tap in with the chat. Peace to the chat. For everybody who's up in here early.
Shout out to the chat. What's up with y'all?
Selfmade, what you been up to, man?
Man, bro. I hope you frozen. Everybody frozen?
Nah,
you froze.
I'm froze.
Oh yeah, you are froze.
What the hell? Damn, I can't do shit. Hold on, I might have to come back out and come back in.
Oh yeah, no, you good.
So if I get the book from you, what's the perks that come with it? Do I get like a autograph signature? Do you sign it? Do you know what I mean? You give me a shout out. You give me a thank you. What's all the treats that come with getting it strictly from you?
That's a great question. Off top, I'm autographing it for sure.
You gonna sign it for me too?
That's a fact.
Is it a Woon stamp or is it really you with that Sharpie?
Man, it's me putting it. I got a video of me, man, just putting that wrist game to work, man.
Yeah. Look at the flick of the wrist.
Hey.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
I literally just now did the shit today. Went to the post office, went to go drop off a load, and then came back, and now we're doing the podcast. So every time I come home, you know, I'm at it. But no, it definitely comes with that. It comes with a thank you card. I recently just now ran out of my bookmarks, so I gotta order up some more bookmarks and shit. But I did say that those were going to be a limited edition for the first. I think I had like 60 or 70 of those, but all the motherfuckers is gone. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm
But
gonna order up some more.
the bookmarks are sold out, or the book is sold out?
The bookmarks are, because I only had 70 to start with, and I sold over 100 copies already, so this shit is gone. But also with the
blessings.
I appreciate you. With the if you buy if you buy it in general, I'm gonna just say it like that. If you buy it in general, then you automatically get put into the raffle. Every 100 books sold, I'm doing 3 raffles. So basically, I already paid out the people from last. I still gotta send cousin this fucking shit though. But every 100, man, just every 100, you're automatically in for the raffle and shit for sure.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm definitely gonna get a copy of the books. I mean, my youngest kid is fucking 10. They ain't gonna read a kid's book, but I definitely will get a couple to support. You know what I mean? And take it from there. But again, proud of you. I keep going.
Right. No, yeah, I appreciate you.
Keep that shit going.
Yeah, so when I'm in Sacramento, man, like I think I might, because I was talking to my partner and shit, man. It's just like, I thought that I was gonna have like that full-fledged, time to celebrate when I touched the physical copy of my shit. But I think the main thing that makes me want to celebrate is seeing people with their kids with the book and sending me videos and pictures and shit. I'll be sitting there like, bro, like this shit is bugged the fuck out, right?
It's real.
Right. Like that shit is fucking crazy. I'm like, bro, like, there's no feeling like it. Like, you know what I mean? But I guess this is what I was doing it for. So just to see it now is just like, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
See it manifested.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different type of feeling, man, for real.
For sure. For sure. And we all don't get that feeling, man, because a lot of us don't finish the shit that we start. That's why they say jack of all trades, but a master of none.
None. Thanks. I think I fit into that category too, for real.
We all done went through some stages where we was finding ourselves, where this was interesting, and I think I want to get there, but you know what? That's not really my passion. It was just fun at the time. So we all really just go through that stage where we're trying to find ourselves, and some things are you're a little more passionate about. So, like I said, I keep going.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I got some. I keep a full plate, so I got some shit coming. But
facts.
To deal with today's topic, I did want to start off with this video that I put together. I believe it was in 2018 that I did with my son, called "Please Make It Home Safe," and this video is definitely associated with the topic, right now, dealing with, anytime we go outside, like, for the most part, we just want to make sure that, that either our safety is at hand at first, or especially our children's safety is at hand. And so, just dealing with that, we talk about this Tyre Nichols case. Is just like, sometimes we do want to see the other side of that. We do just want to see, okay, he got harassed by the police, but maybe we want to see him come home. Like, you know what I mean? Or maybe his people wanted to see that. Like, you know what I mean? So I had that in mind, again, when I was doing this, when I did this video with my son, and it was important for me to do it with my son, like, you know what I mean? So he can get, his experience in it, and then also understand the game that's behind the shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But let me go ahead and get this shit popping for the people to tap in with this shit, because y'all know I do filming shit too, right? Right.
There you go. I don't know.
There you go.
Hey, Sheye T.
Shalom, shalom.
What's up,
What's going
Selfmade?
on? What's going on?
Mom's in the building. What's up?
Peace and blessings. Peace
All
and
right, y'all, I'm
blessings.
out. I got
You just
homework to
can't.
do.
It's good seeing you, Mom.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Stay safe. Be blessed.
You as well.
Shalom.
Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Y'all like doing it.
Right. We trying.
But yeah, so that right there was and I want to redo that. I'm gonna just say it like that because I feel like all the multiple characters that I played probably threw off the the gist of what I was trying to do. You know what I mean for that, but just the labels on the chest pretty much show like what it was.
Yeah, no,
But
you got the gist of, you know what I mean, like what it's talking about for sure.
definitely, when it comes down to that, it's just like just like baseball, just like the analogy that I did, like you want to start home, get home, like you know what I mean. You got so many different ways and so many different things that's going to like I guess test you or challenge you or give you different angles in life that may that may throw you a curveball or try to strike you out and like you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
um sometimes the best thing that we can do is try to give our kids as much knowledge and love before they leave the house, so that will kind of prepare them to face whatever that they're going to face, like you know what I mean.
Right.
And I know I put hope in that frying pan.
Who is it? Hope, love,
It was like hope, love, and info or some
info.
shit.
Yeah. Facts. Nah, yeah, I mean, the ideas, you know what I mean, can, like, yeah, you for surely could do, you know what I mean? Like,
That
if you
was
was to redo it, that should be cold too.
Oh yeah, no,
that
if
was
I
hella
redo it,
powerful. That was hella powerful. My nigga said start home and you score by coming home.
yeah, you gotta
Facts.
make it back home. Yeah,
Facts.
That's hard as fuck.
yeah, because
That's
it's
hard as
just
fuck.
like when you dealing, and that's why I did the baseball analogy, because I think the first plate was I think it was gangs and shit, right? And of course, when we talk about bases, we talk about 90-degree angles. So bases and angles. So a gang gives you a different angle or aspect of what life is like. You know what I mean? Then you get the drug aspect of the drug angle, and then you get the angle of how police be doing shit out in the street. So like, you know what I mean? All those different things. In certain communities, we can't shake that shit. Like, so even like, you know, uh, I want to say LA is probably turned up a little bit because regardless to if you say you don't bang, they be like, well, where your mama stay at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, damn, you really gotta dip and move and shake, like, you know what I mean?
Real
But
shit.
for the most part, and like a lot of our inner city communities, we are faced with those angles every day. Like, you know what I mean? Especially as teens.
So when it comes to the Tyre Nichols, what's y'all take on that? Because I don't know too much about it, honestly, except for what my pops told me. You know what I mean? I didn't see the
Yeah.
video. I didn't watch. You know what I mean? So I don't know the whole nine. I just know, you know what I mean. Like a black brother was beat to death by a group of other black brothers.
Yeah. And rest in peace to him, man. And
Facts. Rest in
I send my
peace.
condolences and
Condolences to him and
positive
to his
energy out
family.
to the family for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely want to start off with that before we get into it. Excuse me. I was kind of late to that train and shit too. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't even know the situation. I thought it was of course, like the standard shit, like, police white cops, like, you know what I mean, did whatever and did they Dougie and shit. But then it kind of struck me because as I was seeing people talk about it on social media, it was like, God damn, oh, they was black cops, like, you know what I mean? So what is that like? Like, you know what I mean? That shit threw me.
Yeah.
I always try and play devil's advocate, like, and again, this might rub some shoulders wrong, but it is what it is. We need to have these talks. Some of these videos that we see where officers are killing unarmed black men, however you want to put it, whatever narrative you want to put out, I don't just jump to what everybody is saying. Oh, he was a good kid. He was doing nothing. Like, no, I want to see, or I want to know what's going on. And I watch a lot of cases, and I see a lot of them. Some of them, the police is justified. A lot of them, the police is justified. Like, not justified as in killing him, but hey, what would you have done if you was that officer? I probably would have done the same thing, and a lot of them. So I try and look at that angle. But once I seen this video and did research on this case, there's no way possible that man should be dead. That was sickening. The way they beat on him, the way they held him, the way they talked to him. Now again, this might ruffle some feathers. I see why they had to fucking do George Floyd the way they did. I see why they had to restrain him the way they did. I don't think this dude was in that push that narrative off, if that makes sense. I don't think he was giving them I think he was literally scared, like, they are about to kill me. And the way they was treating him, hitting him, punching him, even talking to him, I think their intentions was to crush, kill, and destroy. And I really don't say that about officers because, again, I try and see both sides of the story. Maybe this shouldn't have happened, but maybe that shouldn't have happened. But in this case, I think the Nichols family needs real justice for sure.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video.
Me neither.
Yeah, when it comes down to certain situations, like, you know, it's just like, you know, it's just what I don't think it would do me any justice to watch it. So again, I was kind of late to even like really tapping into, you know, the if I know that he died, then I know that it was misconduct all over the place. Like, you know what I mean? So that's all I need to know. That, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to the level of force that comes with it, because I know not too long it was a situation to where it was just like, okay, well, if we talk about having police brutality, right? And what would be the motive for anything, right? Are we talking about just having uncontrollable power? Are we talking about knowing that we could slide away with some shit? Are we talking about because now, and the reason why I asked that is because we can't look at racism now, right? So it's just like what so on what grounds are we standing on, and are we gauging this in a different light? And I know Lorianne, I was just not trying to pull up what Lorianne said, and for whatever reason, it's not pulling up on my end.
Which one?
Through Facebook. So I was trying to pull the shit up.
This one?
There we go, right there, yeah. And so because I heard about that too, like, you know what I mean? So I guess this comes out after, but it's just like, is this true? Is this, you know,
again, that's I haven't, like you said, that's not confirmed. So I don't want to give that no energy if it's not confirmed. I heard that too. Now, two things. One, If that's not true, then y'all stop fishing. Stop fishing for shit. We got to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that and creating our own shit that's not even there. We heard something, it sounded good, and we ran with it, even though it's not facts. It just made us feel good. We have to stop doing that. But if it is true, my God, if that is true, and that's how they beat on that man, bruh. If that is true that was because over some female, all them niggas should get the needle. It's one nigga in the video, it's one nigga holding him, it's one officer holding him in handcuffs, and the other one is coming from here. Hold him up, I got this one. Not cool. If they did that over a woman, these is the biggest suckers. It ain't got nothing to do with being police at all. These is the biggest suckers.
And see,
ever.
that's ultimately what I was trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's so many different situations that could play out, but it's just like, again, usually when we hear these type of situations, it's just like, oh, it had to be race based. But then we can't confirm this. But then you know how that shit go. As soon as that,
but it's also race based too.
Huh?
I think it's also race based too. On their end.
What you mean?
On their end. And so for them to show you that it's not white cops killing black people, they want to show you that, hey, there's also black cops killing black people. They're giving us their, hey, well, you guys are doing it too. Look. But, and again, it is race because there was a white officer on the scene too that didn't get charged and didn't get mentioned. Social media had to bring him up. You know what I mean? He didn't get fired. He didn't get fired, but it was his body cam.
Yeah, I heard he wasn't really doing nothing. Like,
well, it's a couple other.
Like tased him.
Yeah, he tased
It's a couple other dudes that's not doing nothing either, but they still getting charged because they was around and didn't stop that shit. They even trying to pull up charges on the EMT. Well, I get it because they didn't really give him the proper medical attention that he was supposed to. But again, you know what I mean? It just sounds like we fishing again. Do you also charge a dude across the street who didn't fucking jump in either? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I definitely think that it's racially motivated on their end because again they're showing us, well, hey, your people, it was a black man this time. Now what y'all gonna say?
Right there, that part. I'm glad you brought that up. Right?
Yeah, that part right there.
Because it's just like if you look at it from that aspect, right? Now, what Lorianne said, like, you know what I mean? Does that even need to hold weight? You feel me? Does that even, like, because now, and if it's true or false, you know, now, just like what you said, I think that carries the most weight, right? Just like, and when any of these situations happen, after the person dies, people mourn, people march, they do whatever, and then the dirt start coming out. Like, oh, you know he was a thug. Oh, you know he was you know what I mean? You know he was out there selling dope when he was 10. The nigga's 30 now, but anyway, like, you know what I mean? So all that extra
I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit. Yeah, I hate that. That has nothing to do with what's going on in this situation and why we talking about it. We don't care if he was a thief at 17. We don't even care if he was a thief last week. That's not the reason what's going on now.
Right.
But see, with that showing people, and that, you know, there would be times to where, you know, when it is a white cop on, you know, kills black person situation, to where some niggas on the sideline that don't have the energy to march, or that's not just geared on just that one thing, we'd be like, okay, well, you know, can we talk about black on black crime as well? Like, you know what I mean? If people say no, ain't trying to do it, we can't do it right now. We're just gonna focus on this right here. Yeah. So with what you just now said, it's just like,
what now?
Now what do we do? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, now, nigga, we gotta talk. We have to talk about it.
So with that being said, what's your opinion? What do we do?
Man, look.
And we're talking about black on black crime, right? Not police brutality. Not right now. Right now we're talking about black on black crime. What do we do about that problem?
We have to.
I'm asking both of y'all.
Yeah, no, we have to open up about all topics at one time, right? Because if we just focus on one thing, then that's how everything else gets swept under the rug or gets sidestepped and it's never really addressed, right? So with that being stated, and no disrespect to them, but with that Black Lives Matter movement, I ain't seen them niggas right now. Like, you know what I mean? But a lot of their things is geared upon police brutality. Look at their 10 points. Everything is police brutality. Where are these niggas at right now?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, is it only sidestep when it's white cops? Do they only come out like, or is it just police in general? So, groups like that, like, you know what I mean? And this, again, no disrespect to what they got popping, but I'm a student of the 60s, man. And I was heavily influenced by the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army and shit. So, how they was doing shit, they was regulating their own communities. They was policing their own shit, right? They wasn't just out because people like to highlight, oh yeah, we know they had free sickle cell anemia programs and free breakfast programs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They was also trying to stop motherfuckers from doing certain things in a community, right? So again, no disrespect to any organizations that's out there, but it's just like, if you really trying to do something, you gonna go snatch up little Ron when you finna go do some shit, or you finna go snatch up whoever when they finna go do some shit. And I've already done this. You understand what I'm trying to say? So on that type of time, it's just like, okay, so who's regulating the young life? Like, you know what I mean? And when I say regulating, I understand the young energy. I understand there's certain mentalities that come with becoming a man. There's certain things that we feel like that needs to be done, when ultimately some of that shit is just because we haven't seen a man and we're trying to become a man by men who think they're men by doing the shit that they think is gonna make them a man. Right?
And look at our influences, these rappers and movies, and that's what we think are real niggas.
Right. So again, when it comes down to that, a lot of this shit is gonna start, at home and with the youth. And just like y'all just now seen, I put out a skit with my son talking about making home safe. Like, you know what I mean? I got the book out, reaching out to the youth. When I was still active in the streets, I was still talking to the young life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, y'all niggas need to go chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas really need to go sit it down. Like, you know what I mean? Because we can use you in different ways. And like, if you see a lot of the shit that I do, I incorporate everybody that's around me. Niggas got, as long as I'm moving, niggas got jobs around me, period. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that level and aspect of camaraderie, that I learned that shit, from the gangs. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was embraced by the gang that I fuck with. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why, I'll look at this shit different. Like, you know what I mean? But you just got to have that mind state. And sometimes people may see a spark in a young life, and they might be like, okay, well, you don't need to live this life. You need to stick to the hooping, or you need to stick to the music, or you need to stick to whatever, and really just try to give them game. But as much as you telling the guy that you think they got the spark, tell the motherfucker who you think that don't got the spark. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just that simple. And it's just like, as long as we start that, we give motherfuckers a place to speak and to be themselves and to get, to get their shit off. And just, just like what we do on this podcast, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, we don't create these spaces, you know what I mean, for healing, for speaking, for talking, for, you know what I mean, for getting together with our brothers, shooting shit, laughing, like, you know what I mean, testing each other's mind and making sure that we building each other up. A lot of the times in the street life, and I know we're talking about police brutality right now, but I'm just talking about, in the inner community, how we're responsible for making sure, you know, if we can to stop this quote unquote black on black crime and shit, right? So when we get the opportunity to build each other up, then you know what I mean, let's do it. Because sometimes we thinking building each other up is like, yeah, you just now went to go do woochie wah woo woo. You the hardest nigga alive right now. And then you get a sense of confidence from that shit, right? As opposed to, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you kind of nice with this artistic view of how you see life. Like, you know what I mean? Let's amp that up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of different ways.
Making those things popular. Like how you was talking about Sheye T, like how we got all the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's and shit. They popular. But there's a lot of artists out here that's spitting real shit on, you know, back, bringing R&B back, bringing real hip hop back, speaking on real shit that's going on. You know what I mean? And they don't get no play. They don't got no, like, you know what I mean? They don't got as many streamers as these mainstream people. You know what I mean? It could be, it's all by design or however you want to look at it. But at the same time, I don't hear nobody listening to them people. I don't see nobody promoting those types of people. You know what I mean? It's a multifaceted thing when it comes to stopping the black on black type crime. Like you said, Woon, like the healing projects, the healing circles, making that shit popular. You know what I'm saying? Literally making it popular. Like make it a thing that's like, hey, yeah, this is what we should be doing. You know what I mean? To get our people out of this shit. Cause right now, all that type of shit looked at as like weak or, you know, you a sissy or something if you go to certain shit or if you know what I mean? Like if you not wearing the jewelry, if you're not doing this, if you're not doing that type of shit. So it's just like it's a I was gonna say you gotta tap into self to know thyself for real. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like you really do. Like it's a self thing because us three right now, we could be ready. We could be like, hey, yeah, we ready to flip the script. We ready to, you know what I'm saying? Shut off this other side that we see is damaging to our people. But yet it's a 30 other motherfuckers that still want to keep that shit going. You know what I mean? So, and that's that part and aspect where you really got to do the work on yourself. All we can do is try to show them the way in a sense. You know what I mean? And try to make it look good as we doing it, that, you know what I mean? So that brings the attention to where we at. But ultimately, like they gotta do the work, man. And the work ain't easy because of where we at type shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really figure out self. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah. And see, I think that and I know you probably want to speak on it too, Sheye, but I'm gonna just say this real quick too. As long as we're planting the seeds and shit, right?
That's it.
Or dropping the jewels for them to have that option. Because think about it, a lot of motherfuckers say, "Well, I only do. That's all I know." Like, you know what I mean? And that shit sounds good as a rapper. That's all I'm doing. That's all I know. But at the end of the day, it's like, nigga, don't you know how much shit is out there right now? We got access to a lot of information. We got access to everything, fingertips. Right now, I got access to different states of mind, different frequencies, different all type of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like what Self was saying, like, you know, even though we may have the right things to say or the right jewels to drop, you know, people still are going to be themselves. And that's what I was saying with the young energy. Young energy, you're still trying to figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? So something may look good. Going back to the video that I just now posted, you know, different aspects and angles are shot at you every day that you leave your house as a youth. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes you don't even got to leave your house. So it's just like, you know, you're gonna be you're still young and impressionable. So it's like, what does your household look like, right?
Right.
I would try to be
Good start.
Yeah, I would try to be the most influential on my son as possible. I took him to my hood. He didn't see niggas get down before, like, you know what I mean? So all that shit is just like, well, what else? Like, you know what I mean? You can't come off the street and show me, like, I'm not going to be amazed by this shit because my dad, like, already been around that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes we have to expose, because sometimes people say, "Well, I'm not bringing my kids around that." Sometimes you got to bring them around that. Like, you know what I mean? Just to get them familiar with it. It's kind of like in order for you to get a fucking what's that shit, like shots and shit, when you got to get the fucking a part of the
Vaccine?
a part of the fucking the virus is in the medicine. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it comes down to that, it's just like, you know, you just gotta find out what they're going to, what they like, the shit that they like to do. And that's why I like to say the art part of it, right? Because if we tap into their artistry, this is something that's allowing them to speak their soul. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, man, we tap into that shit. And I think that'd be dope. So again, you know, just facilitating different avenues and shit, I think that'll work. But go ahead, Shah. My bad. I know I'm talking a lot.
That's all good. We building. I hear what you said, but I think first we got to start off with if the propaganda is real. Now the propaganda is being put out is that, again, these cops, they want you dead. You can't respect you fuck the cop. The cops hate you. They killing you, even if you're unarmed, even if you're autistic. They want you dead. They shooting you if you're unarmed. They don't care. They shooting you. Is that propaganda real? No. The propaganda is not real. That's not real. So again, we have to stop pushing off that narrative, because that's just simply not true. Most cops are here to serve and protect. Now, do you got bad ones in there? Yes, you do. You have bad ones in there. Even if it is real, even if the cops is really out to kill you, how do you stop it? Like you said, it starts with me. Because again, the generation that's out here wilding, they really was raised by somebody that was wilding. No disrespect to my sisters, but sis, you know how you was wilding. Now you raised a young one that's wilding too, and every time they see a cop or police or an authority figure, I'm seeing it with teachers, their bosses, just anybody in authority figure, they popping off. Our ladies is going harder than our men. And again, that starts at the house. No disrespect to my sisters again, but we raise those type of kids. We have to get that out of there. We have to stop pushing off all that propaganda. You know what I mean? But it does start with the kid. So again, the cops want to kill you. That's not real. And this is what I'm telling my kids, because that's where it starts with me telling my kids how to act and how to, you know what I mean, what to do when a cop approaches you. Now, again, a lot of these kids is gonna pop off at the mouth at these cops. Now the cops is on edge. I'm gonna put the blunt out. Now the cop is on edge. You know what I mean? Because you popping off at this cop, and we get these unfortunate situations where, you know what I mean, even if the kid is not getting killed, they getting beat. They getting slammed, they getting this, that, and the third, and all that shit is uncalled for. I tell my son, hey man, that police say, put your hands up, you put your hands up. Even if he don't say put your hands up, you put your hands up. We'll fight him in the court. You don't fight him on the street, because there's never been a time in the history of niggadom. There's never been a time ever, and I want y'all to point it out to me, and I will definitely check into it. Where you got loud with a cop and said, no, leave me alone, I didn't do nothing. Take off running, do whatever it is. No, leave me alone, I didn't do nothing. And the cop said, you know what? You're right. You didn't do nothing. Go on about your way. That has never happened. The only thing that can happen with you resisting and fighting and doing all that shit is you getting hurt. And again, if you start at home, you still got to make it home. Mm-hmm. So instead of you getting trapped up at third base on your way home, bruh, stay at third. I'll go up to bat for you when you get home. That's what I'm telling my son. I'll go up to bat for you. Even if I have to bunt, nigga, we gonna get you home. But if you try and get into a pickle with these cops, nobody's ever won a pickle. Ever.
Nope.
Ever.
That's a fact.
Some of them is even standing you up at the plate, bulldozing you over at the plate as you trying to score. And it's good. It's in the rules. They can do that.
Right.
They going home. They're going home while you getting carted off this motherfucker. So stay at third. We'll fight for you, but we're going to get you home. If that cop say put your hands out the window, keep your hands on the steering wheel, you put your hands on the steering wheel. If you're not on parole or probation and none of that shit, don't let him search your car. But if he's starting to get aggressive, you just put your hands up. Let him do at will. And we'll fight him in the court later on.
Right.
But we need you to get home. I don't need you popping off at this officer, even if he is in the wrong. Because that's still not going to work out for you.
I think that, and I agree with everything you're saying for sure. And I think that, you know, some of the times, especially when we're dealing with the young life, just that energy, man, because it's just like, imagine, you know, you going about your day and you got like a whole bunch of shit that's going on, and it's just like, damn, nigga, I got to deal with this shit from somebody who's supposed to be here to protect me. And these niggas is harassing the fuck out of me and shit, right? So then what
do you mean harassing? What do you mean harassing? You got to give me the scenario. You got to give me the scenario. Give me the scenario. I want a picture.
Like, I've been harassed by police before. Some of my niggas have been beat up by police before, like, you know, but I've been harassed by police before, for sure.
Sure.
Right? So when I say harass, and I'm going to give you a prime example of when I say harass. The police, when I was, one of the last times that I was harassed, I was in the CB Circle. And the police was trying to either go to somebody else's house or hit somebody else's house or some shit like that. And these niggas, whoever house they was trying to hit wasn't there, right? They couldn't get them. So I am literally taking groceries from the car to the apartment. I know for sure that as I'm walking, I spit. I spit. So these niggas rush me, hella. Hey, what do I owe? You just now spit on the ground. Where the fuck did y'all come from? Because I seen them, but I'm like, why is y'all even over here? Where's the squad cars at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's this shit about? Like, you know what I mean? So, of course, you know, at this point in time, because I'm already where I need to be at mentally. So I know that I'm not gonna say anything to rile these niggas up, right? Because if they over here about me spitting, nigga, then anything I'm because I always hear stories about police just beating niggas' ass. So I'm like, nigga, I know if I pop off, you know, they probably gonna try to beat me up and shit. But anyway, but I'm like, hey, you know, so y'all know that birds shit out here, dogs piss out here, cats shit out here. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna get me about spitting in the grass, my nigga? Like, you know what I mean? And so the whole time, the chick that I'm fucking with at the time is in the house. I'm at her house. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, she notices that I'm not bringing groceries in as frequently. Where the fuck is this nigga at? So she come outside. They're like, oh, is this your car? We need to see the license and registration. You don't need to show them niggas none of that shit. Now, this is when I'm turned up because now she's right there. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I need to show these niggas that shit. What? No, it's because she was going to get, no, don't even worry about me. They have nothing on me. If you're going to give me a ticket for spitting on the ground, give me that spitting on the ground, but don't try to harass, because now they're trying to harass her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have none of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, what are we doing for real? Like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, these niggas run my name and do all the shit. And I got, hey, y'all know I used to wear my Black Fist medallion and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they jacked me and shit, my shit was flipped, so it was all black. But then when they grabbed me and shit, the shit flipped, and you see the fist and shit. The dude, I promise you, this nigga said, "Oh, what does that black fist mean?" He was like, "I thought you was one of us." I said, "Hold on, my nigga, y'all niggas y'all energy is on 10, right?" But it's to me it's laughable because it's just like, and I told them niggas now because again I started talking shit when she was out there, so it's just like, okay, yeah, it's lit. But it's just like, so do they pay you niggas to come around here and just harass niggas, or you know what's going on? And they was like, yeah, well we do get paid to
Yeah, they do.
yada yada yada. And then they came back. My name was clean and shit. They came back. They was like, yeah, just make sure you don't spit again. Nigga,
Right, well, that's what it is. Once they run your name and see that you on parole or probation, now they can search you. They can do some other shit. You catch a violation, and that's all they really wanted.
But that's
Exactly.
harassment, though. That's harassment.
That's harassment.
And then they check your car, and then it's a pistol in the car. Now you got bigger problems. That's what happens most of the time. You know what I mean?
So when I talk about harassment, that's what I mean. It's just like, nigga, y'all could have, if y'all see me spit, whoop the fucking do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all mad because y'all couldn't get the person that y'all tried to hit. Right. So now y'all got to get somebody, right?
Well, so they was gonna write you a ticket? They was gonna write you a ticket for spitting, or they was just talking shit?
No,
so they was just talking shit.
To what you just now said, my name is clean.
Yeah.
Right. So had my name not been clean, then they caught me. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now because I spit, but it's harassment, my nigga. I don't give a fuck if I spit or not. And I told him,
I get it. I get it. You got bad cops out there for sure. You got some bad cops out there, but I'm pretty sure you can give us another story about you getting away with some shit that you probably shouldn't have got away with.
Do I?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can pick out a couple of bad scenarios that happen, but on the up and up, man. I think we just have to, we're losing the fact to respect authority. And I'm not just talking about police, because again, we are lashing out at our bosses, our teachers, our wives, our husbands, our kids. We're just, anybody that's starting to tell us anything that doesn't, that doesn't worship us, it just we just get real nasty as a people, man.
I think it comes down to, what Self was saying about know thyself, but sometimes people with authority tend to flex it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Which goes back to harassing.
You got those bad apples. You got people like that.
But I'm gonna tie it in. This is the thing though. When you know yourself, you're gonna be able to understand, like, oh, this nigga he didn't get, because look, when I was younger, right? When I used to catch the bus to school, bus driver tripping early in the morning, we're laughing, and I'm in the back of the bus cracking jokes like, oh, he must ain't got no pussy last night. Like, you know what I mean? So I understood, like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't finna get me to even get onto that level because, nigga, who you mad at? But that nigga Cat Williams said, you gang banging on breakfast, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? But we don't teach our youth to say, don't take this, don't inherit somebody else's negative energy, right? Because as soon as we start telling them that, then it's just like, well, who can get over on you? Now, they either gonna leave you the fuck alone for real, or they're gonna super harass you because they can't get to you. Imagine a hater for real. The hater's job is to throw you off your motherfucking game, period. Right? But if you know yourself, they can't do it. So they're going to leave you alone, or they're going to push the envelope. And sometimes niggas get bodied for trying to push the envelope. And I hate to be like that.
It's consequences to everything.
So what would you say?
No, I'm sorry. Just real quick on some regular shit though. We just need to make sure that we equip the young life with the proper way to deal with any type of situation. And I think that's going back to what Self was talking about with the self-understanding. But go ahead, Self, my bad.
Well, I was just gonna say, do you think it's like a 50-50 split when it comes to like good cops versus bad cops type of thing?
I'm definitely not 50-50. I don't know if there's really bad cops. I think there's bad situations. There's bad cops, but there's, again, those numbers. Think about how many police is it each city or each state out of all of our states. And then, you know what I mean, the numbers, the interactions that each cop have per day, you know what I mean? Right. And again, even the dangers that they're in. Because if you look at the numbers, the police is getting shot at and getting killed too, but they're not putting that out because that's not the propaganda. I'm not taking up for cops. I'm just saying.
But what do you think about like
don't-
what do you think about the foundation of police in general?
I think they were based to they started as slave patrol. I think that was true for them to those slave catchers and those bounty hunters. Those they traded in those robes for
You,
blue suits.
you don't think it crossed over those same types of morals or mentalities, just in a more modern way, I guess?
Uh, well, how do you say that about the black cops then? The black cops took that same stance to crush, kill, and destroy the
There's a lot
slave.
of there's a lot of what they call them, coon black, you know what I'm saying?
House Negroes and shit.
Yeah, house Negroes. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that's black, but primarily was kicking it and being raised around, you know what I mean, like white people, and kind of have that same type of demeanor. You know what I mean? So
Uncle Ruckus.
yeah, they out there for sure.
No, I get it, but there's also but we also not seeing black cops kill our own people. That's why they really put an emphasis on this one, because it's not really us that's doing that. We're actually protecting our people. My wife said she went to Houston, and all the cops were black, and they was out there just hanging out, chilling with the people. Motherfuckers niggas out there shooting dice and drinking outside and blase, because again, they knew who was doing what. And that's another issue that I have with the cop. That's okay. Now let me get into that. So I think the solution to that also.
Before you get into that real quick, because what you just now said, and please hold on to because I want to hear it. But I remember as far back as Fuck the Police, right? Ice Cube made it a point to say, and don't let it be a black and a white one. And he was saying something like the black police is showing out for the white cop, basically saying that he started roughing niggas up more simply because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta do this for the force, or I gotta do this for the police, or I gotta do this for whoever. So
show them I'm down.
Then I'm not saying it in terms of I can't speak on the killing part, right? But in terms of probably harassing and beating niggas up, black cops is just as guilty for that shit.
Yeah, they would have to be.
So you know how we solve that? You know how we solve that? Let's can that white cop. He don't need to be over here anyway. If he wasn't raised over here and grew up with these people, he shouldn't be over here patrolling them. We got us. That's one thing that we got to stop doing too. We're putting it up to the kids that police ain't shit, so they don't want to be cops. That's where we fucking up, because we need those young men from the community to patrol the community. We need those young men that look like you to be around us, making sure that we good. You know what I mean? Because like I said, in Houston, it's all black cops, and that shit, the crime rate and the killings is so low out there because again, everybody know everybody. They got us patrolling the neighborhoods. You know,
used to be
say it again. Houston.
I think used to be turned up.
I mean, right. But again, all that shit it's in house. I ain't gonna say it's in house. I can't say that. That's why I'm trying to be careful with what I say, because you know what I mean.
But
real shit.
Texas, they allow it's like they allow you to carry.
Yeah.
Do you think that plays a role in the community police relationship?
Hell yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's
we don't got that out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Cali.
Yeah.
And certain other places they don't got that type of, you know what I mean? So
I want to ponder on that. I want to ponder on that for a second.
I think that plays a huge, factor, because it's like you got to think as a policeman going into an area where people is holding versus like oh, they got to have gun cards and they got to have all these different regulations that's kind of helping us on our end. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna go in that situation a little bit different. Like
Hostile, yeah.
they may exactly they may go in there way more hostile
Like, I'm
because
gonna
they know niggas got, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, anybody pop out, move too fast, I'm pulling. You know what I
I'm
mean? So
good.
But
I just
again, that's why we gotta get you in that badge, because if you know Woon, nigga Woon ain't finna be tripping. Woon like bitches. I gotta call the Woon. I ain't gotta worry about Woon bouncing out with no pistol shooting me or no shit. But you know what I mean, I am finna go talk to Woon and see what's going on, because you know what I
right.
mean. But motherfucking Dre Day, now I know anything going on with that nigga, I gotta take backup and all kind of shit with me. You know what I mean? But again, it's
Right.
us patrolling us and knowing who we are. You know what I mean? We
So
can't
look,
get that nigga from fucking Auburn coming over here to patrol the hoods.
right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? He don't know nothing about what's going on. Everybody look the same to him. You know what I mean? And everybody's a
Mhm.
criminal to him. So he's just going through his training. But again, if we know the cop and we, you know what I mean, he know us, then that's why you don't get too many of this black on black cop civilian killings and shit like that. But that's why they're gonna make an example out of these niggas.
I was gonna say too, on just playing devil's advocate, do you think that um damn, what was I finna say, bro? That shit just crossed my mind that fast. Uh
I was why you pondering on that? I was gonna say, as far as the system is concerned, because back when we was younger, we had kind of got told that certain cops have to have certain quotas
yeah,
uh,
that's what I was. Yep,
at
that's
the
kind
at
of
the
what.
end of the either the month or beginning of the month or whatever. So that would ultimately shit give these niggas the right to harass niggas, just like I was saying about my situation, right? So it's just like, nigga, excuse me, regardless to if I know this nigga or not, I may not know these niggas down the street. And guess what? Even if I do, somebody got to go to jail. I got to write somebody a ticket or something has to happen, right?
Well, what they doing? What's going on in reality? This thing ain't got no tags. His tags is expired. He's driving without a license. I can
Right.
search his car. He has a pistol. He has drugs. He has open lick. He's drunk. He don't have a license. Now
Right.
he's
And
going to
I get
jail.
I get that. I get that
But
for
they're
the
not just
people.
pulling him over like, fuck, I need 2 more people to reach my quota.
I think
Let's go get him. I don't think
so,
that's happening.
so you don't think that they're targeting a specific type of a group of people? They got me for spitting. I was targeted for sure.
What did they get you for? I mean, what did they do? Give you a ticket? Did they arrest you, or
They
they
didn't
just
do
talk
shit.
shit?
But
They
just like
couldn't.
you said it earlier, right? They were looking for something. That was just a gateway drug. The spit was a gateway drug to try to get me some football number crack time and shit. But nah, nigga, it ain't gonna pop like that, right?
Right.
But again,
Let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story. Dig
hold on,
this.
real
Um,
quick. Imagine
yeah.
if I did just spit. Y'all niggas went to go hit somebody's house to find whatever, hella deep. And then you see this nigga spit. You don't think that that's like, all right, we got to do something.
But it ain't shit he can do. There's nothing he can do.
They did something. They came and hit me up.
What do you mean hemmed you up? Like did they search you?
So again, listen to what I'm saying. If we're
Did
talking
they,
about they need to for something to pop. Okay, let me put it to you like this.
hold on, let me tell you a story about
Wait,
how I
wait, wait,
was
real quick. I'm
harassed.
gonna let
This is
you, I'm gonna
harassed.
put it to you like
Hold
this.
on,
Okay.
hold on.
Go ahead, you got it,
Let me land this. Okay, Dick. I remember one time it was me, 2 other niggas. I'm not gonna say no names. Me and 2 other niggas. We was walking to the weed spot. Now this is the time I was harassed, but I also got a story where, again, y'all are letting us go. All right, but this time I was harassed. It was me and 2 other niggas. We walking to the weed spot. We're going to go grab some weed. One of our partners pull up in the car. He
Mhm.
like, nigga, where y'all headed to? Shit, we headed to the weed spot too. Boom, we gonna hop in with you. We jump in the car with him. As soon as we jump in the car with him, police behind us, we get blurred. Bloop, fuck it, get pulled over. You on parole or probation? Nope. You on parole or probation? Nope. You on parole or probation? Nope. You on parole or probation? Yep.
Yep.
Got him. Searched the car. They took all of us out, sat us on the curb. We sitting on the curb. And keep in mind, me and these two other niggas just jumped in the car with the driver. Police searching the car. He come out with his pistol on a pin like this. He like, uh-oh, whose is this? I'm like, fuck! Fuck! Now I knew it wasn't ours. Because again, we was just walking. This nigga just picked us up. So my nigga like, not me. My nigga like, not me. My guy say, not me. I'm like, not me. Hold on, nigga. Nigga, it gotta be yours. You just picked us up. It's clearly yours. Are you really gonna let us take this motherfucking case for you? And you talking about this ain't your pistol? Oh, hell no, bruh. As soon as we get down to the county, we finna pack this nigga out on me, nigga. You ain't gonna take your gun case, nigga. We don't know what's on that motherfucker. Cop do this. Ha ha ha. Just playing. Put it in his holster. It turns out to be his gun the whole time. Now that's harassment, nigga. It turns out to be his gun the whole time.
That was harassment. I guess you want to say just like, playing with your mind and shit, right? But when I say harassment, it's just like if niggas ain't did shit, right? And it's just like, okay, now I'm looking for something to convict you. Anything. Just like in my situation, just like I said, I wasn't doing that, but they clearly see me carrying groceries from the car to the house. Why did you feel it was necessary for you to come interrupt me because you seen me spit one time? That's just like
that's some dicks like that.
Dougie, and you had a fucking at one of your kids' fucking baseball games or something like that, and y'all just over there chilling and shit, nigga. You got some gum in your mouth because whatever. Then you spit out the gum, and you're like, oh yep, there you go, right there. Let's get him. You gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck is y'all doing in this type of environment? Like, what? There's no crime over here. What are you even doing over here? So at this point in time, you're looking for you harassing niggas, right? So
yeah, for sure. No, I get it. Like, and again, most of the time they find something else. Most of the time they find something else, and then you got a whole another charge. But you shouldn't have been fucking with me in the first place.
So when it comes down to and a lot of people talk about this shit too, the process that it is to become a cop, or shit, because a lot of people say that police is the gang and shit too. So the initiation process on that type of time, or just like you in the gang, like nigga, if you in the gang, if you ain't never been active, are you really a part of the gang? You understand what I'm trying to say?
The qualifications ain't hard to meet. My wife's mom is
academy though.
No, I'm not saying.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I just think it's.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that, and I'm not saying all cops have this, right? But I'm saying, like, if we know that that cops stick to a cop code, right?
Exactly.
Is it safe to say that?
Yeah, it is. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a cop, sometimes you have to stick to a cop code, right? And there's a code of conduct, just like if you in a gang, and that's what I was going to say. So sometimes if you,
but you don't always, right? You don't always have to stick to that cop code, though. You don't. I don't think you got.
But you got other cops that's finna hold you to those standards.
Right there. That's what I was going to say. So listen to the gang aspect of it. If you're a part of my gang, and this gang is known for terrorizing shit, if you don't terrorize nothing, nigga, well, we finna get on your linear.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You know what I mean, or you finna get packed out, or you finna get X'd out this gang, my nigga, because you know what you signed up for. Nigga, you don't have to do this shit all the time. But sometimes when you see the ops, niggas up, and if you ain't with this shit, then nigga, we gonna jump you out of here. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that a lot of the times, again, I'm not saying all cops, but I think that sometimes you have a certain thing. Just like I used the word quota because I was trying to be politically correct earlier. Quota, you have a quota that you got to meet, right? But then sometimes it's just like, nigga, so what are you gonna do to prove that you're a cop on the streets? Are you a desk? If you a desk cop, that's absolutely fine. But what you gonna do? Like, you ain't never busted nobody for nothing. You ain't never just did this. You ain't never did that. Like, what does it feel like to be a cop for real? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I would.
And this, I'm just playing devil's advocate, so understand that.
So as a cop, I would be really, because that's how I'm taking it. You asking me, right? Is that what you asking me?
I'm sorry.
Is this even a question, or was that a statement?
I didn't hear the question.
Nah, he asking you.
That's
like,
what I was saying.
Like what you were saying, was that a question, or was you just saying that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or was that a statement?
Ultimately, what I'm saying is that, do you think that the systematic ways, right, of either what it takes to become a cop, what it takes to maintain your position as a cop? Because imagine you a highway patrol officer, but you never catch nobody speeding. You never catch nobody with their tail light out. You never catch nobody. It's just like, nigga, what are you doing out there?
It's a hierarchy as well. You know what I mean? You got all the people that's coming into the program. They got to get trained by somebody that's been in the field for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And they only gonna train them again to them standards. They're not gonna stoop below them standards.
So
certain crimes.
what I'm asking is that, like, do you think, and there's no right or wrong answer, of course, but do you think that when it comes down to being a cop that's patrolling specific type of areas, that at some point in time you have to flex your copism?
Yes and no, because I'm putting myself in this cop's shoes in the scenario that I was saying as being from those people, being those my people, and I'm a cop.
Right.
No, I wouldn't, because Barney Fife from Auburn coming over here, he's giving you a ticket for not having or he's searching your car. He's doing the most. He's thinking about that cop code. But me being a cop, being from this area, hey, bruh, you know you ain't supposed to be out here fucking driving. Y'all ain't got shit in the car. Get your ass to the house, man. If I catch y'all out here doing this, that, and the third again, you know that I know who's in this car. So if you know what I mean? If I let you niggas get away and it's a shooting and blase, just know that I know. But y'all get the fuck up out of here and stop driving with the way you driving. Or, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, nigga, you spitting? Hey, man, if I was offended by you spitting, hey, man, stop all that shit. You know what I mean? Take that shit somewhere else, bro. Come on now. You know what I mean? I would let certain things get away, but certain shit is not going to get away. That's how I'm going to fill my quota. Because one of you niggas did rob Miss Bertha. You know what I mean? One of you niggas is really, nigga.
Right there. You just said it.
One of you niggas is really out here, nigga, terrorizing the community, nigga.
You just said it.
You know what I mean? Some of you niggas is.
With that mentality right there, and you're not wrong in saying what you're saying. But with that mentality right there, it's just like, so now I know that these niggas is doing this. It's not a preventable thing, right? It's a reactionary thing. So that goes to say, again, if we get these cops, it's just like, okay, nigga, well, why are you? Well, instead of saying, well, nigga, I gotta lock you up, it's just like, nigga, if you know that this shit is prone to happen, why don't you insert something that can possibly prevent it from happening, so you don't even have to be a police officer from the gate?
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right.
That's how we prevent it. You put a badge on a nigga like me. You put a badge on a nigga like you. You put a badge on a nigga that's from the community. Let's stop telling stop telling our kids that fuck the police. Stop telling our kids fuck the police. We need to tell
That's
our
what I
kids
mean.
go be the police, because even though they got a code of conduct, we still know how to conduct ourselves and our people. So again, we know little Ray Ray's. We, like you said, nigga, if Barney Fife come to the house and he hear that nigga it's a domestic or they arguing or fighting, he's coming in already guns a blazing. But if you came over to the house, you know what I mean? You like, oh shit, that's just Sheye and this lady tripping. You coming in, you know what I mean? You just like, nigga, it's just some regular shit like, hey bro, chill out, man. I just gotta blase blase. You ain't coming in all aggressive like Barney Fife.
So you don't
I
think
think that's
that
the solution. The
no.
solution is we need to
And
patrol ourselves.
that part right there. So that's what I was going to get to. So ultimately, we can do that without being police officers, is what I'm going to say, right? And this is the approach of the Panthers, right? They said we're going to police our own neighborhoods, and we don't even have to be a part of the system in order to do it. Why? Because the system is a system, meaning that they have things in place that has to take place in order for the system to maintain itself.
That's what hell yeah, we got to do that too. We can do that
Hey,
too.
yeah,
But
you muted,
reality
Self.
is we not doing that. Nigga, we
But
know Lil Ray Ray. We know Lil Ray Ray wouldn't just we just robbed that store over there. And that nigga sitting right up under us. We smoking and drinking with him. We know this nigga just broke in Miss Brenda house. And we smoking and drinking with him. We not holding that nigga accountable. We know
I,
this
I,
nigga's killing our people with all this shit. We not holding our people accountable. Well,
I
first
do.
thing we doing is free the homie.
Yeah,
Free the
no, I do.
homie. Freedom. I'm not
the
saying.
thing
I'm not
about
just
that,
saying. I'm saying
No, I got you.
in a
I got
big. I'm saying as a you know what I mean, as a whole.
yeah,
We're
the
not
only
holding ourselves accountable. We're actually glorifying it. We're actually glorifying it. The nigga in this song talk about, nigga, I just killed 8 niggas in this nigga just because it was nigga I you. Smoked him, fucked this baby mama, boop bop blue. We like, oh, I love that shit. That's that nigga.
right. The thing about
You
that
know
shit
what I mean?
is
We actually promoting the exact opposite.
if you want to police your own community, I think this was before the nigga went crazy, but I think Young Pharaoh said something along the lines of like the community would have to pay them. You know what I mean? Because instead of them going and using it as a job, like you were saying with the police, and you know what I mean, actually getting paid, they got to make a living some way. See what I'm saying? So if they're gonna police the community, then it should be the community that's, you know what I mean, paying it forward to them for
That's
doing
funding
that.
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
I could dig that.
I feel like Charleston White, man. I feel the Charleston White nigga. Charleston White say, nigga, if you do it, you nigga, and this going on record, nigga. You do it, nigga. If you kill Miss Bertha, nigga, and I hear you kill Miss Bertha, nigga, I'm telling them people you killed Miss Bertha, nigga. Real shit, nigga. You better not be, nigga. Don't
Charleston
don't
White is
come over here
a character.
destroying our communities. Stop destroying our communities. Okay, fuck the police. Let's take the police out of it. Now
Right,
I'm talking to our youth now, right now.
right.
Stop destroying our communities. Listen, bro. Listen, man. That street shit is not what it is, man. That cell is cold as fuck, man. You lonely as fuck sitting in that cell. You're gonna sit there for a long time, man. Stop just killing and shooting each other and doing all that shit and even popping all these drugs at one time. That shit has to stop, young man. Real
And I hear
talk.
you.
That
I
shit
hear
is
you.
not, man. You can't do that. Stay
But
away from that shit. That shit is
you have
not.
to
That shit is not beneficial.
you have to because from now, and I'm only playing devil's advocate right now. From how you're saying it is from a judgmental state, right?
I'm
Damn near
judging.
from a nigga. So if you're telling me not to do this, what do you want me to do?
What I
Right?
want you to do, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go out there and get educated. on everything that you're good at. Whatever you're good at, whatever you're great at, whatever you like doing that makes you good and makes you feel with your chest up and your head up and your chest out, whatever that is, find what that is and pursue that shit 100% with your life, man. Whatever makes you happy, but crush, killing, destroying is going to destroy your life. Whatever you are passionate about, whatever makes you feel good and you are good at, go pursue that. You got other people that'll back you up. It's a community of whatever it is. Whether you want to own your own business, whether you want to rap, produce, shoot film, whatever it is, man. Construction, there's a community that'll back you up on all of that shit, man. So find your pride, find what you're good at, and pursue that shit, man. You know what I mean? Go home to your mom. Your mom needs you, bro. Your mom needs you. Your aunties, your brothers, your cousins, they need you. They don't need to be sending you money through fucking PayPal because you sitting in this bunk because you thought it was cool to fucking kill a nigga because he was from a different side than you. We have to destroy that. That's not real, man. The shit these niggas saying in their songs is not real, man. Stop listening. Stop following that shit, man.
Thanks.
Take care of your peoples and get home to your peoples, man. That community needs you. Stop tearing it up. It's a lot. Sorry, man.
No, you good. And again, like, you know, a lot of the times, man, I don't think that, you know, a lot of people in I guess you want to say our position notice that the young life is really like sometimes they be reaching out and shit, like, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's not even a situation to where we should acknowledge them looking out for, you know, for us. I think a lot of the times we should just, you know, pull up. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm only saying that because I do this shit on naturally, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, who's doing what for the young life? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to put it on nobody, but it's just like when we look at certain shit, it's just like, okay, okay, so we can say, well, we got Coach Woody well, nigga, I'm not good at sports. Well, I got, you know, this such and such. Well, nigga, I'm not good at that. So it's just like, at what point in time do we really invest? Because we have to understand that these young niggas is an investment, right?
Right.
So at what point in time do we say, you want to know what? Fuck what I got going on. Let's deal with them and let's see what's popping and shit. Like, you know what I mean? And when I say that,
is that question for him?
No. I'm just speaking. So it's just like, and of course it's hypothetical. So it's just like, you know, when it comes down to that, it's just like even people of our age, like, you know what I mean? It's just like some of us didn't get that, like, you know what I mean? And we still don't know how to gauge that or receive that. So it's just like, okay, so what does it look like? And people of our age don't know what it looks like, so they can't pass it to the young life, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, well, what do we do and how do we talk to these niggas? So sometimes people just fall back and let the young niggas be young niggas and do young nigga shit. Like, you know what I mean? So on that type of time, it's like, nigga, that's the best thing that we can do. I'm saying, because, you know, streets, that's how the street go. That
I know. And that's why we got all these dysfunctional ass kids. That's why we got fucking adolescent youth that's just so bugged out right now. Because everybody fell back on them. And not only that, but hold on, let's take this to another step.
Go ahead, you got
those crack babies that survived in the 80s, they're adults now.
Yeah.
So they came into the world addicted to the drug. Now they popping perk 30s. Perk, what do you say? I popped the perk 30, pop the perk 60. That's 2 perk 30s. Like, what? They can you what? They already bugged out. They came into this motherfucker bugged out already.
Yeah.
But again, that don't mean we can't flip this shit. Cause like I said, all we need is to reach out. They got programs, whatever it is. We got, even if you're not a ball player, they got, if you want to do science, they got science programs. Go to your school, and just ask about it. Hey, I'm interested in science. I'm interested in this, or Google that shit. Something is whatever you into. You can there's sources out there. There's information out there, and there's groups out there that'll back you up. Also, you know what I mean. Whatever it is you want to do, even if it ain't sports, there's a group of all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You just gotta look for it.
There's one thing that I admire when I look at the young life and shit too. And some people may look at it as a bad thing, some people may look at it as a good thing, but I just see like them niggas be on 10 and shit, right? So for the times when we was young coming up and shit, just like, it wasn't cool for motherfuckers to say, hey, you want to know what? I'm doing this. You had to hide who you was and how you was doing your shit. These niggas, they're not hiding who they are.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing because it could be looked at either way, but imagine us growing up drinking 40s and shit as young niggas. These niggas is growing up drinking Moet bottles in Bel Air. You know what I mean? Or we was rolling 0.5s of weed and shit. These niggas is stuffing woods with apes. So all this shit is turned up, and it's just like we was, waiting.
It repeats itself for sure.
Yeah, we was waiting to get signed for record deals and shit like that. These niggas got to where I'm gonna just start my own record company. Like, you know what I mean? Or I'm gonna start my own business. So even with the women, it's just like, you know what I mean? Well, I used to be scared to do this. Now, nigga, everything is, what it's gonna be. And I think that with them having the access to, a lot of things, just like open access, it can be, just like I said earlier, a good thing or it could be a bad thing. But I believe with the proper guidance and the proper testing and the proper just like you were saying earlier, like there's the community that will back you with pretty much anything that you want to do. But I believe that we as our generation have to really, if we are really concerned, really get out there and show them, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, and when I be doing my shit, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of young niggas that gravitate towards me, right? And not that I feel responsible for them, but it's just like, it's just like, damn, like, it's just like I remember being young and I remember being in that energy. So it's just like, what can I do to bridge that gap? And it's just like, when we was younger, right? We looked up to the niggas that was gang banging and selling drugs and pimping bitches because them niggas had the dope cars and the jewelry and all that. I don't do none of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But I still look like I do all of that shit, right? So it's just like, but when you tap into Woon, Woon don't do none of that shit to portray that image. So it's just like, that's why I put the emphasis on me being who I am, and I could be, I don't have to be the facade of things, right? I can be truly who I am and still have that same shine without all the fuck shit that's attached to it. And I feel like, they gravitate towards me because for the ones who gravitate towards me, they understand and recognize that shit.
Well, like, I'm still one of y'all. Yeah.
Like, you know
I'm still one of y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still me.
But at the end of the day, like, if we're gonna call it, because we have to call it a battle. If we're gonna play this game, we gotta battle social media, we gotta battle the regular media, we gotta battle the streets, we gotta battle, all these different things. And it's just like, nigga, so at the end of the day, the youth is really battling themselves, but they're using these other aspects that's being presented to them as weapons when they're really not weapons. They're really just choices, right? Or they're really just escapes from them not facing what they want to be or who they truly are. So at the end of the day, it's just like, nigga, that's why I love what we do with this I am shit and how we approach this shit, because it's just like, you don't need to be nothing than who you are,
Yeah.
and amplify that shit until you can't no more. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I love about this next generation too, man. They hella creative with a lot of shit that they do. You know what I mean? So not only are they not really doing it the traditional way, like going to check in and clock in and give all their time and all this shit. They making money on their own. So this generation is real hella creative, and yeah, man.
They lit. We just gotta if we're concerned about them, we have to give them enough room to breathe, but we also have to plant those seeds. Like, you know what I mean?
We still got to lead.
Right.
Yeah.
We still got to lead.
So lead by example.
But then we got to let them lead.
Yeah, exactly.
A key part that's missing. We have to let them lead.
Pass the torch.
Why? This is, and it may sound crazy for me saying it, but follow me. If I put my son in a driver's seat all the time. Why? Because when he's driving, guess who's responsible for if we crash? He is, right? Now, of course, I gave him the game, and I'll make sure that he knows how to drive. That's absolutely fine. But if I put him into that driver's seat, he can't be all over the place. He has to be, damn nigga, I'm in the driver's seat. Like, you know what I mean? Let me see what my shit is like. And then you're in the passenger seat. Let me see what his shit is like. And then you're able to gauge him on his own terms because you see where he's at because he's the leader. A lot of times, the elders or
that makes sense.
Want to
that
be
makes
the
sense.
leader. A lot of times we want to be the leader just because we're older, and that's absolutely fine. But it's just like if I'm stuck in that mentality, then I'm never going to be able to let him grow because now I'm expecting him to follow my footprints or my way. But it's just like the young life is their time.
But I'm not giving up my live. You run yours, and then when you come over here, I'm talking about my son. I'm talking about my son.
Yeah,
I'm talking about my son. Even when I do let him drive, hey man, ease on the brake.
Exactly.
Slow down.
That's
Speed
my
up.
point. That's
Move
my
over
point.
here.
That's my point. Exactly. That's my point. When you let them drive, then you can gauge it. If you just don't let them drive, you're like, this how you're supposed to do it, and they ain't even in it, like, nigga, you gotta let them do their Dougie. That's what I was saying earlier. Give them enough space to do their thing, but also, just make sure that they, got their shit. And I think that the more because it goes all the way back to like, just like what Self was saying, like how can you ever know yourself if you don't test yourself?
Yeah, that's
right?
a fact.
Who's gonna like if we don't put these niggas in the driver's seat, will they ever know? They might get it later on in life when it's just like, well, nigga, I've been following behind this person so long, I don't even know who the fuck I am. So now I can't even function on my type of time. I gotta unlearn the shit and do the shit and like so. It's just like get them in early, let them lead early, give them the opportunity to express themselves early. That way, okay, I see where you at right now, and give them options. Don't say you must do this, you have to do that. This is the right. No, nigga, I do not raise my son like that at all. What do you?
So what would you tell him? So what would you tell him if he came in contact with the police?
My
and
son,
he did nothing. He did nothing wrong.
My
He
son.
probably had.
I'm sorry. What was the end of that?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my son seen me in conversations with the police, but before anything, my son seen me in conversations building with people with businesses, right? So, and this is at a young age when I was doing my Sacramento Grind DVD. So I like to bring my son with me so he can see, okay, my dad, talks to this person this way. He has this. My son see me talk to the corn lady and speak Spanish blew his mind. Like, Dad, you know Spanish? I don't know a lot, but I know enough. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like for him to see me engage with people, right? First, the respect level comes there. So when my son now, when he gets to the police, it's just like it's the same mentality, son. Like, you know, everybody has their job to do. Everything is a business at the end of the day. So as long as you know how to conduct business, you know how to talk to people. Like, you know what I mean? So when it comes down to that, it's just like I've given you enough from you not being able to see certain things to you being able to understand things. Why do I need to drive? I don't need to drive no more. I did my Dougie. You drive. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I know he's not really old enough to drive, but nigga, it's your time. Like, you know what I mean? So now I get to see you. Just like how you learn from me, I'm gonna learn from you. Right? Same thing. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the young life. I like to learn from the young life. That way, I can also give them what I learned from them back to them.
It's a constant, everlasting exchange. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna have a different angle of light than the elders. You know what I mean? Their perception and all that shit and how they just move is different than how we move and shit. You know what I mean? So we could learn from all of that for real.
Definitely. Let me take a pause for the calls real quick. I want to shout out Laura Yan. She in the building was popping. We got Rose Smith. She always stays lit. Unfortunately, I don't know why this shit is not popping up.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Facebook right now because I know I can't see it up here, so I got to look through my Facebook. But Angelique is in the building as well. I appreciate that. She said, "I'm here to listen and learn." I appreciate you. And shout out to all y'all for buying the book and shit too, for real.
Facts.
But yeah, not definitely. Just when it comes down to, you know, just to bring it back full circle, sometimes we get put into a situation to where shit, we can't avoid the force of, you know, the police and shit. Like, you know what I mean? We can't.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way for real for us to say, well, I'm just trying to have a nice day, officer. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it don't go like that.
Yeah.
So when it does go like that, you know, just being able to, you know, just tap in with yourself and understand, you know, in any situation that you're good. I think that would be the best situation. But just know sometimes that, you know, sometimes the system works like how it works, and it was just like I was saying earlier when I was talking to some of my homeboys. They got beat up by the police, and I'm laughing because, you know, the shit is kind of laughable because if you know that you just on some regular type of time and the police just want to beat you up, ain't that some funny shit? Like, for real? You that mad that you just gonna beat me up for real? Or in, you know, this situation right now, it's just like, you that mad that you want to just nigga take me off the map for real? Like,
that's crazy.
Why are you that mad? So as much as I say, and we have to discuss this part too, because I know Sheye T was talking about it. As much as we talk about the civilians that need to check ourselves and do the shit, police, they should go through that same fucking thing. And I don't know if they do. I don't know if they train them. But nigga, they should go through that. They should have fucking meditation classes and
I was
yoga.
gonna say, I mean, you think, I mean, of course it's different, but like as far as the mentality aspect goes, when it comes to getting them to think in the way that they want them to think, do you think like the army and, you know, all these different fashions when it comes to is the same as the police shit?
Hey man, look.
Because look, the reason why I say that is because I know
where you at.
I know specific people. Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, no, you good. But while we're taking a pause for the cause, I would like to thank everybody who's tapped in right now. Again, if you're on Facebook, I can see like some of the comments and shit. If you're on YouTube, usually we got like the comments and shit on the right hand side. I can't see none of that shit. But this is, I feel like, you know, excuse me. I feel like this conversation is really one of the ones that need to be had, because at this point in time, we're not talking about a racist situation. We're just talking about, you know, we can say police brutality. We can say, you know, just a power shit, a power abuse situation. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, when we're faced with these type of people, what is the conduct that we hold to ourselves? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do we do in this type of situation? And again, the best thing to do is to be in tune with self. That way, you know what I mean? When we recognize it, it's just like, okay, this motherfucker just mad because of such and such and such, right? And sometimes people like to see you bleed in any situation before you die. And what I mean by that is that even though you can hold your composure and maintain your shit, they still want to, you know, be like, yeah, well, nigga, we finna make sure that you either cry out or you do something. And it's just like, nah, nigga, if y'all gonna take it there, and this is me personally, I don't expect nobody to be like that, but I know my level of self-control and conduct. Either way it go, I'm gonna die, or you know, I'm a transcend or make my transition with dignity, because you can't even kill me for real. And you know, when it comes down to that, it's just like, you know, they want to see that, if they want to see that, like, you know what I mean, for the motherfuckers who really want to take it there, and it's just like, nigga, you mad at me for what? Like, nigga, don't your anger has nothing to do with me, so I'm not even finna take that energy in. Like, you know what I mean? So you think I'm finna die damn near laughing, like, you old suck ass nigga, like, you know. And I you know, sometimes it takes, you know, a certain level of maturity to come to that level of understanding. So when we're talking to the young, like, that's what I mean. Like, you know, and I keep on saying what Self said earlier about knowing, you got to know yourself. And it's just like, if you know yourself, you know what type of person that you are, and what type of person that you're dealing with that don't know themselves. It's laughable. Shit be funny as fuck. Like, nigga, you mad for real? Like, who? Like, you know what I mean?
You already be knowing.
Yeah, like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, and anybody can relate to this if you dealt with a hater in your life. It's just like, nigga, what the fuck is this shit about? Like, nigga, you hating for real? I'm just being me, baby. And you can, all right, it's cool. And you know, that's why, you know, it's important just to know who the fuck you is, just so when it comes down to it, man, niggas could kill the body, but nigga, my whole energy is, you can never kill this essence. It's not gonna happen. Period. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, so.
Nah, shit, you done summed it up right there. I mean, I was finna say something more along the lines of what was I talking about, man? Oh, just the similarities between the academy and you know, the army and shit.
Oh, the army and shit. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know certain people that went to the army, and they, you know, they get you to think a certain way. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, that could be like, you know, the end of your whole squadron type shit. You know what I mean? So they don't play around when it comes to you know, just
on
like
that type of shit. And I'm glad you brought that up. That's real interesting, bro. In my mind, and I'm not saying in all cases, but I'm just saying in some cases, just like when people go to college, just like when people join gangs, you know, basically when you get out of high school, right? You're looking for some type of self-discipline, right? Or you're looking for yourself in general, right? So, nigga, when you get, because they show it, and I'm only saying this because they show the shit, right? When you get to the army and shit, nigga, they will yell at you and reprogram your whole mind until you get on their program. Why? Because you're looking for you looking for it. Why else are you in the army unless you chose like now I can see like when it's back in the day, like you know what I mean? Like if you finna go to war and we need you to go to war and regardless of if you want to sign up or not,
you up and shit.
it's mandatory, yeah, then I understand that. But I'm saying for the people who go, sometimes some people go to get that discipline or they even might go for the bag. But either way it goes, going for the bag, you still have to go under their program. And that's why they have certain people in place to put you into that institute and you become institutionalized. And after you become institutionalized, it's hard to bounce back from that. And that's why and I hate to say it like this, sometimes when people come back from the army and shit, or at least, you know, back in the day, like in the 60s and 70s, they come back and they become, you know, addicted to certain drugs and shit like that. And it's just like, what is this shit? You know, how much of you did you give to them, right? How much of their systematic ways did you take in, and can you let the shit go? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes certain people aren't that strong to even let that aspect of the shit go, right? And so then we bleed that into the police academy, same difference. Like, you know what I mean? And we all know this, that sometimes it's niggas from the hood that probably used to get beat up, punked, and all the other shit. Now I'm finna join the police academy and I'm gonna show you niggas when I get older. Like, you know what I mean? So sometimes we can't even trust niggas who look like us. Because sometimes it's just like, nigga, well, I used to get punked as a kid and now I'm a police officer. But that's still gang mentality. Like, nigga, like I used to get punked as a Woochie Wop, and now I'm a blood now. Or now I'm a Crip now. Now, nigga, you wasn't that. I remember. Like, you know what I mean? So now you hard because you got niggas that's backing you.
Mm-hmm.
So all that shit goes back to knowing thyself to where you ain't even gotta join anything that's gonna make you think different about or act out, certain, you know, self hatred about yourself. You ain't gotta act it out because you accept yourself for who you are, and then once you know yourself, you start to say, "Hey, you want to know what? I accept all this shit, and excuse me for not understanding it earlier. So I'm not going to take out none of this hatred on you because it's not you anyway." Like, you know what I mean? But that's a whole different conversation, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Shit get deep, man. When you really start to put all those different pieces to the puzzle together, you know what I
Right.
mean? You start realizing like, wait, hold on. This is a bigger picture than what I was, thinking from the gate. So yeah, man, this shit is it's definitely crazy when it comes to the system. The relationship with the police, all of that, man. It's just like getting a job. There's no like when you get a job, you gotta come in there doing all the shit they want you to do it. Uh, the way that they want you to do it. You ain't finna just go in there and change up some shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah. Definitely a good little build for sure.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. But again, I think, hey, Self, what you, I don't even know what to call it. Because I was going to say moniker, that might be wrong. But your statement at the end of at the beginning of every show, you gotta know thyself. I think that is so important, and it touches so many different aspects of life. And it's just like, nigga, as soon as you know that, it's just like, okay, even on the cops, like, you know what I mean? Let's sidestep, the people who get harassed by the cops. Even the police is just like, nigga, what, before you even and even after you join, like, you know what I mean? Are you still grounded in who you are?
That's the
Like, you know
main
what I mean?
thing.
Because if you are, then you're not just going to look at another human being like, you know, this is the person to beat up, or this is the person to shoot, or this is the person to tase, or this is the person to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Or this demographic of people, because I'm in the ghetto, that, you know, I have to approach these people like this. Like, you know what I mean? Because me tapping in with myself, I feel like no matter where I go, it's just like, nigga, I don't give a fuck where I'm at, nigga.
You finna be straight.
Yeah, look around. Like, look at the energy I got. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that on no cocky shit, but it's just like, look around. It's just like, nigga, okay, you gotta you when you tap in with self, you know how to move, man. And again, sometimes systematic things can be problematic, and
Man.
and that show is going, you know, bringing us back full circle to, you know, Tyre Nichols is just like, you know, and I don't care about what the media says about he was talking to somebody's chick while they was working at whatever company.
Right. They start
You know,
pulling shit out the hat.
I don't even care about that. It's just like, because at the end of the day, if your chick is talking to a dude, check yourself. Why is she talking to this dude?
Right. Exactly.
Why are you mad at her for talking to this dude? Obviously, you're not giving her what she wants. Respectfully step out of the situation. You gonna if it's true, you're gonna kill somebody because
Right.
your girl is fucking with somebody who's obviously giving her something that you didn't.
That's crazy.
Move to
still
somebody
lost.
who you,
Either way, you lost.
yeah.
You know what
Like,
I mean?
and now you and the niggas who you, if this is true, now you and the niggas who you told, like, yeah, my bitch is fucking with this. Now all y'all niggas gonna go to jail
They say he whipped out his camera and took a picture.
on some dumb shit.
Stupid.
No
You
thyself.
hear that part?
Huh?
You hear that part? They say he whipped out his camera and took a picture and sent it to the chick.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of the stories, but still, at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, I've been in situations to where chicks, hey man, look, people are still learning themselves. People are still going to do what they're going to do, and
Yeah, that's a
if
fact.
you accept that about yourself, you're going to accept that with everybody else. Some people feel like they got it figured out. Some people feel like, yeah, you know what? But it's like, nah. If you got it figured out with yourself, you know that we're still learning. So it's just like, you a cop. Why are you trying to handcuff your? Why are you trying to handcuff your bitch, nigga? If that's real, like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, don't handcuff. Like, nigga, let her be free. You handcuffing yourself, and it's just like, come on, bro, let her do her. And now, if that's true, and I have to keep saying this part, if it's true, let her be free, my nigga. If it's true. But other than that, just to keep it all the way at band, just like, nigga, just know yourself, my nigga. If she don't like you, she don't like you.
Period.
Why don't she like you? Now you have to look at yourself. Well, why don't she like me? You gotta look at yourself. Y'all ain't supposed to be together. Simple as that. Accept it.
Yep.
But I don't
The
know,
ego,
man.
man.
It's like it's just so simple. But, you know, just like I said, we could talk about, you know, what it takes to be a police officer and all this shit. That's cool. But at the end of the day, it's just like, man, you gotta tap in with yourself to know thyself.
Man.
Hey, Self, I'm still in your intro. You gotta come up with it.
Nah, for real. That shit sums up everything.
Yeah, but some people spend their whole lives trying to find themselves, and they really never do. I mean,
Nah, for real.
maybe that's the best part of life, finding yourself, the journey of finding yourself.
Facts.
It is. But again, all the signs are there. Again, the girl wasn't fucking with him, obviously. That's a sign of you finding yourself. But you like, no, it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there in your face. Oh, look at it showing
in
you.
your face. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I love being in the position right now of doing what we're doing. And this is, the podcast is just a byproduct of that. But outside of the podcast, I know I do this on the regular. I know Self does this on the regular. So it's just like, nigga, sometimes people do need that, that other side of things, or other side of themselves, to where it's just like, nigga, well, maybe I was tripping. And just like you said earlier, Sheye, uh, some niggas glorify when, you know, niggas done did some crazy shit, as far as, or as opposed to checking them niggas like, nigga, that's what, well, why did you do that? What made you do that? What, there was some force behind it, behind your actions, and we got to talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? But sometimes that makes people uncomfortable when you check niggas. But at the end of the day, it's just like, nigga, are you above being checked? And then if that's your homeboy, are you not supposed to check niggas?
Right.
If that's
Especially
your,
with the
if
the
you
pure
love this nigga,
intention.
if you love yourself, I'm sorry, go ahead, so my bad.
No, I was just saying, like, especially if you have pure intentions, then why not?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Doesn't make, and that's what they, a real friend or a real partner, a real, you know what I'm saying, like one that's gonna uh slap you with love type shit. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
sometimes it gotta be like that though. What's that right there? I know I seen that was the one that he pulled up
The
last
last time,
time.
niggas the gods.
Niggas the gods. What's that about? Hey, you muted.
So we got to get out of this nigga mind state, man. You know what I mean? That shit is not. It's hurting us, man. It's been hurting us too long for us to not correct those mistakes that we just keep on going over, just keep on, just keep happening. Even all that protest and shit. I'm back on this. I'm back on the police brutality, man. Even that protest and shit, just that shit ain't working no more, man.
I
You got to
never,
come on.
I was never with that movement at
Yeah,
all.
never.
I got, hey man, and I could show people the receipts um for just the level of studying that I've done, because I got multiple books, um, that was from just like I said, from the 60s and 70s, from the Black Panther Party, Black Liberation Army, the Weatherman Underground, like all the different shit. And a, a part of their shit was, nigga, what are you guys out there? What is the rioting and all this extra shit is about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to take certain times to organize, right? Situations that transpire are supposed to give you energy. You're supposed to extract that energy for you to build, not for you to destroy, other shit. So it's just like, sometimes we can't regulate how we respond to certain things, and I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, nah, because we understand that if we're out protesting and doing different shit, it's just like, nigga, you putting yourself back into the hands of the motherfuckers who you ultimately trying to, uncorrupt. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, everything is going to show you to go back to yourself.
yeah,
Period. Everything. And until we recognize that,
they're
shit,
gonna be they're gonna be looping.
it's gonna be a long ride. And and I can say that now laughing, because I kind of understood that shit, as a young, like, all right, nigga, like, you know what I mean? Just certain situations, it's just like, it's all a reflection of self, and how you gonna move and what you gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, sometimes uh emotions are attached to uh the L, meaning the lesson, or the loss, however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, it's just like, things happen for you to observe, and make your decision on how you're going to respond to it and what you're going to do and where you're at. And when we do that, the more that we understand that, um, I think the higher that we vibrate. And you know, again, I want to send positive energy to to everybody who was affected by all situations, um, be it physically or emotionally. But at the end of the day, it's just like just know that if you're in a good space, can't nothing knock you out of that good space.
Yeah. But
Period.
yourself. Only you can knock yourself out of there.
Fact.
That was it, huh? We didn't have no. Y'all had some other topics. I know Sheye
Well,
T got something.
my family just got here, man. So I'm gonna go do my family thing, man. So with that being said, I do want to say this. Uh, I'm gonna get out of here, but I do appreciate the FaceTime on y'all podcast. You know what I mean? I like the build we did together, and we didn't bring religion into this. So shout outs to Woon. Woon, I'm gonna give me a copy. I'm gonna give me a couple copies of that book.
Definitely.
Send me the link.
Yeah.
So, but before I go, I do
Nah,
want to
close
say
out. Do your thing.
this. I do want to say this. My family just showed up. My wife and my kids. So any youngsters out here that's watching this, that's out here just thinking all glorifying all this crazy street shit that's going on, any young lady that's not being a lady, listen, get home to your family, man. All that shit that's going on is not worth it, man. Fighting with cops is not worth it. We'll
Right.
fight the cops for you and with you, but get home to your family. If the cops say put your hands up, put your hands up. You're not being a punk. You're not giving in. It's not about your ego or none of that shit. If
Definitely.
they want to have an ego, let us fight them in the courts. But we need you to get home safe. What happened to that brother? My condolences to his family. But we can't we can't let that happen. We have to get home. Even though I saw the tape, um, and it does seem like that dude had no really didn't have no choice. They was gonna kill him anyway. But anybody else that come in any type of contact with the law, uh, just comply, do what they say, and we'll fight whatever. Even if if you feel like you ain't haven't done anything, just comply. We need you to get well again. We'll fight it. We'll fight it for you, but get home to your family. Your family needs you. Your family is the only thing that should be that should matters to you. Your kids, your moms, your aunties, your uncles, even people that you haven't seen that you don't think give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about you. Get home to your people, man. Don't be a fucking hero. Get home to your people. They need you. That being said, man, peace and blessings.
Woo.
Shalom to
Hey,
everybody, and y'all
drop
be good.
your shit. Any, because we building this shit, but drop your shit though.
Yeah. What you
Um,
got going on where they can find you?
Yeah.
um, don't look for me, man. Look for yourself.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? Because you are what the world is going to look. You are what the world is going to look at. They're not going to look at me. They're going to look at you. Find yourself. Strive for it. Push for it. Live for it. Breathe that shit. Be you. Fuck what they talking about. Shalom.
Hey.
Peace, God.
Ooh. Yeah, I love it.
That was a powerful closing right there.
That was a close of all closes.
A powerful closer, man, from Sheye T, man.
Sheye T in the
Peace
building.
to the God. And everybody in the chat, peace to the guys and goddesses in the
Yeah,
chat.
I feel bad because I can't even see like none of this shit. That feels horrible. I don't know what it looks
I
like
only
on
see
your
what's
end.
on here in my Facebook.
You can see on the thing too. You can see YouTube. No,
I can see YouTube, yeah,
I can't see none of that shit.
with Kevin Hill.
Oh, see, that's cousin and shit too. I can't see
But
none
then
of
he
that.
jumped over to Facebook. He must have jumped over to your Facebook though.
Oh, let me
Cause
hey,
I
shout
see
out to
him down
cousin
there.
though. Shout out to
Yeah.
Kev. That's my nigga for real. But I can't see that shit at all.
Yeah, I tried to put the chat overlay on and then nothing was popping up in there, so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but either way, y'all know how we rock. We appreciate all the energy, all the love, all the
Definitely.
support. You know what I mean? Damn, this one almost got me in my feelings, bro. What you think? Should I pull out the tissue?
You
But
know.
no, but it's but the shit gets so real because I feel like we talk about this enough, but not directly,
I
right?
was just gonna say, like, yeah, we
You
ain't
don't say
tested.
we don't say it directly, but just like I was telling yourself, like, no, you got you got to know thyself, man, and just like
For real.
that's all across the board.
It
Like, you know what I
sums up.
mean?
Yeah, it sums it
Yeah.
up.
And it's just like, you know, when you tap in with self, it's just like, you know, you when you do that, it's lit. Like, you know what I mean? And even when I talk about the balance of things, right? It's just like, you know, well, even if you do tap in with yourself, the balance of that is dealing with somebody that's not tapped in with themselves. So you got to understand how to gauge them as well. Like, you know what I mean? Just to bring that balance to the shit. So
Yeah.
we be talking this shit, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, uh, we encourage, you know, a lot of people to come into this level of understanding, and we understand that it's a journey. It's not easy. We wasn't always here, and you know we're patient, and that's why we do the podcast. We do it for free, like, you know what I mean. We do this shit.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
could be doing something else every Thursday. He could be doing something else every Thursday. Like, this nigga makes music, produces his own beats. Like, you know what I mean. He got a kid. He does a lot of shit. Like, you know what I mean. And I do a lot of shit. So it's just like, but this is our jewel dropping for anybody who may be looking for a way. Like, you know what I mean? Young, old, you know what I mean? Whatever the situation may be. And it's just like, we do this shit just because this is what you do when you come to this level.
That shit feeds me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
It's
just
it's a,
food.
it's a reciprocal type of situation.
Yeah.
So
That's something that you know, you can't. It's priceless for real. That shit really is priceless. So it's like anytime, any chance I can get to sharpen the, you feel me, like build and you know come up with new ideas, see different perspectives to help open and broaden my own perspective. Like why would I, you know what I'm saying? Like why would I say no to that?
yeah, hell yeah.
Just knowing self, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, this was real. It was needed too. Like we needed to touch on this topic because we ain't touched on this topic.
That's a
You know what I
fact.
mean?
That's a fact.
So yeah, nah, this was lit, man.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit the subscribe, like button if you
All
on
the
YouTube. Share if you on Facebook. It'll help us, you know what I'm saying, and the algorithm get us out there. Go out and play.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That shit popping.
I got mine, you know what I'm saying? Go get yours.
Yeah.
Be in here, my shit got the blur on it, so it's not
No,
trying to,
you good. They see you
you know
got
what
it.
I'm
It's lit.
saying? Yes, sir. That hard copy too. This the hardback, man. This shit gonna last too. Good quality.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
again, you know, and that's still,
With the bookmark,
you
you know
know,
what I'm
lit
saying?
what we. Oh, yeah, you got. Hey, and I got to get some new bookmarks and shit too, because I
Right.
ran out. Like, I sold out. But you know, just the book is just another contribution to, you know, just tapping in with the young life and making sure that they understand. Like, you know what I mean? And there's so many different ways and aspects and formulas how we can tap in with the young life. Don't just write them off and think that we can't reach the young life. That's the craziest shit ever, to think that you can never get on their level or meet them where they're at. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, no, nigga, we only thing you gotta do is listen to. That's why I put them in the driver's seat. Just listen.
Yeah.
Let them do they Dougie. Like, you know what I mean? They lit. You just gotta find your way in. But when you tap in, just like I have to say it again, when you tap in with the self and know thyself, then it's just like, okay, now I know how to, get in with these niggas, and it's just like it's straight like that.
Once you rolling, you rolling.
Yeah.
It's on you now and shit. But yeah, no, that's real. Salute to all the youngins, the young life out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta have another show with and bring the young life on here.
Hell yeah. I was thinking about that shit earlier and shit too. I'm like, man, we gotta, we have to do it.
Do a recap. We got a good group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can bring my neph on here for sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, what we got next week? We don't know yet, right? We'll figure that shit out.
Yeah, no, we'll figure this shit out. But again, if y'all wanna tap in any topics, just come in, or not even a topic, just come in and shoot the shit with us. Like, you know what I mean?
Shoot the shit. Drop us, hit us in the email or message one of us a topic. You know what I'm saying? And we'll run something for sure.
We open.
Thanks. But yeah, another one in the books.
Hold on, wait, do I? Yeah,
But you got something?
No, I was gonna plug your shit real quick, but it's kind of like across my room. Hey, because
I drop that in there too, just so you feel me. You
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Grab you something. We got some new boxes on the way. We got the gift boxes up. Everything's popping. You know what I'm saying. All the natural hygiene products, plant-based, organic. You know what I mean. No chemicals, no fluoride, no aluminum. All the good shit, man. Just go check the website out. And
and I swear I love the new presentation like that. I love that shit because it just only accentuates the product. Like,
yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Right. It just fits with everything. Fits with us, or just what we do, how we live. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
Yeah, nah, it's real.
But yeah. So next week, up, lit.
For your mind, man.
For your
Peace
mind.
to the next one.
Peace.
Always going up, you can't take from us. We ain't slowing up. Look what life gave us. Always going up, you can't take from us. We ain't slowing up. Look what life gave us.